Hello, hola, bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Sophie and today I'm going to finally be bringing you another Spanish teaching video. Today I'm going to be teaching you the Spanish alphabet, different Spanish sounds and also word stress in Spanish. Do keep in mind that this is Spanish from Spain and not from Latin America. Lots of words can be different and also pronunciation can be different from Latin America to Spain, but this is the Spain Spanish, if that makes sense. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to let you know is that in English we have 26 letters in our alphabet, but in Spain they have 27. They have an extra letter between the N and the M. So for now I'm just going to go through each letter of the alphabet and let you know how we pronounce this letter, and then I'll let you know some kind of different sounds or extra little bits that you need to know. Okay, I've just moved the camera so I can put it up here. So from A to Z, obviously. A is pronounced A, B is pronounced B. Be very careful because this is very similar to V, which we will see later, but B is closing the lips, B. Now C is where it gets a bit different and complicated. We say th. So with our tongue between our teeth, th. Okay, kind of like the th in English, the th, th. Okay, so it's very similar to th in English, and that is, depending on the word, we will say th, or it could be kind of a C, but normally we say th. Then we have D, de, so very similar. E is e. Do not get confused with I, which comes up later. So e. F is F. G, G. So G, it comes from your throat. G, kind of like you're going to spit something out. G. H, H. H. Now this is actually spelled H-A-C-H-E, which is another sound we'll see later. But if you hear H, we don't actually pronounce the H in words. So for example, the word hello, where in English you can hear the hello, the H, we say hola and you can't hear it. It's basically like O-L-A, but it's not, it's H-O-L-A. So the H is very, very rarely pronounced. So H. I is I, so from I and I, E, okay? E, which sounds like our English E, that's why I said be careful, because E is I. J is again another H, but we say jota. Jota, G. There's a difference between G, G, and J, jota. Okay, in English they're also very similar. Jota. K is K. L, L. M, M. N, N, so if you see they're just kind of N, okay? Now here comes the extra letter. This is the letter, it's N. Now it's an N with like a swirl on the top, it's an N. This is not in many words, but for example, if you say, how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? So that años is A, N with the little swirl, O-S, and it's pronounced N. O is O. P, P. Q is Q. R, be careful, is R. R. So we roll our R's. To roll your R's, you need to put your tongue at the top of your mouth and rrr. Okay, kind of just where your mouth goes up. Rrr. It took me a while to roll my R's, so if you can't do that, don't worry. I spent like quite a long time in Spain learning to roll my R's. I even was up the whole night going until it actually worked, so don't worry. Then T is T, U is U, V is V or UV. We can say it the both ways, V or UV, but be careful with the difference between B and V. So B, V. In English it's also different, so B, V. Okay, we don't close our lips with the V. V, UV, the same thing. Then we have W. They don't actually say W, like they don't say W, they say double V. Who knows why? W. X is X. X. Then Y is Y. Now this is to differentiate basically, because I, their I, and their Y basically sound the same, they're I. So they say I, or you can say I latina for an I, and Y, so a Greek it's a great Greek I and a Latin I. So I latina, I griega. I griega is Y, and then Z is theta. So again, the same pronunciation as the C. Theta, with your tongue between your teeth, theta. Okay, so from that alphabet, just be very careful, just kind of the same as in English. Be careful with the B and the V, B, V or V, and with H, H, which is not really pronounced. Okay, so I'm now actually going to show you some extra sounds that they have in Spanish, which actually used to be part of their alphabet and is not anymore. But there are 3 extra sounds that they have. The first extra sound is ch, 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 ch. So it's just like our ch, like for example the word cherry is ch. They have exactly the same ch, which is ch, th. So obviously a th is th, but with h it turns into a ch, so it's exactly the same. And then they have another letter which they use, which is 2 L's together, which they actually call the eye. Eye is the double L. Why? Because we have a double L in a word, for example the word hello, and we say hello and it's 2 L's and we can't sound, it just sounds like one. They don't. If they have 2 L's together, you never say L, you say Y. So for example, my name is Sophie, me llamo Sophie, not me llamo Sophie, me llamo Sophie. So the double L's is this Y sound, basically like a Y, Y. Okay, and the last one is the difference between 1 R and 2 R's in Spanish. So 1 R would be pronounced just how we pronounce the words. For example, the word Mr. is señor. Señor has one of the ends with the swell and finishes in an R, but it's not señor, it's just señor, a normal R. But when you see double R for the word dog, for example, is perro, which is 2 R's together. So they differentiate between the normal R and the R. Okay? Finally, we're going to be looking at word stress in Spanish. Okay, so typically in a normal word, the word stress in Spanish goes at the second to last syllable. So for example, you have the word perro. They don't say perro, it's perro. So 2 syllables, perro. And the stress is on the first syllable. For example, have is tengo. The same again, it's on the second to last syllable. So that's like normal for general words. Now, very, very different to English is Spanish have accents. So they can put an accent on a word. For example, the word coffee, where we have the stress in the coffee, they say the word café. Now, why is the stress at the end? Because they have an accent on the E. So if you see the word café, you will see this, which we call un acento, which is basically like an accent, we call it, but not the accent of somebody speaking, but it's an accent on a letter. That means that the stress will always be on the accent. So wherever you see an accent in a Spanish word is where the stress will be in the word. So for example, café. So it's not café, it's café. Okay, and finally, if the word ends in a consonant which is not N or S, the stress will again be on the last syllable. For example, the word Spanish is español. That finishes in a consonant which is not N or S. It finishes with an L. So español, the stress is on the last syllable. Okay, if you do want to know a little bit more about accent or stress in words, please comment your questions or what you would like to know. But that is it for this video. I hope it helped you a little bit to pronounce more words in Spanish and for when you see a word to know how to say it. And please subscribe if you're not already. I will see you very soon for another video. Bye.